Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry, and if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, and if you're returning, thank you very much for coming back. So today I'm going to do a few plant chores. It's Saturday, December 14th. So last night my video went out on the Anthurium Silver Blush that I bought, which was November 2nd. And I recorded November 2nd. It came to me November 1st. And so after watching that video and getting the comments that I got, really made me pause about how I potted that plant up. And part of the things that I want to do today is I need to look at the roots because I have concerns, big concerns about that plant and if I rotted it or not from all that moss. So we're going to take a look at that. And we're also going to repot my Alocasia dragon scale. And I can't think of the name, the actual name, not dragon scale, dragon's breath. So it's doing great. Let me just show you here. He's doing great, as you can see. I've pushed out a new leaf. It's not hardened up yet, but see, it's kind of funky looking. I think I have a problem with it, and that is that it's way too, the roots are way too massive in this little pot. So this pot is a 5-inch naked root pot. And when I put him in, I was a little concerned just because the roots were so stellar on this plant when I got it from Ed's plant shop. And I knew that just by the looks of it, I was going to probably have to up pot it sooner rather than later. And now is the later. Because I really feel like this plant is suffering from being squished inside of this pot. And you can see we've got some roots just kind of starting to show on the sides. And actually, I saw a few more a while back, and most likely they were pruned off, is my guess. Which maybe is not a bad thing, but I feel like that this plant is suffering somewhat. This to me should not look like this. Like it cannot get any bigger. It was very long, but if you see all of the other, none of them are narrow like that. These are all the original leaves that came with this plant. And then you have this one that I just got. He's extremely thirsty. And I'll be honest, I don't water this plant except like every 8 days. Now, as you can see, he does still have water in here from when I watered him, I believe 2 days ago, and I added extra in the reservoir for him. But I'm starting to get to the point where I'm getting burned out on all the watering that we have to do with these plants. And so I'm just trying to look at ways to make that a little easier. I'd prefer doing a once a week watering rather than everyday watering if possible. I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it is, But with a full-time job and just being tired a lot, I would rather not have to deal with it so often. So I figured that it'll be very, good if I could get to a place where I have them in a comfortable spot where they're getting all the water that's really what they want, not too much, obviously. But yeah, so today that's what I'm going to do. Um, and there are a couple other things that I was thinking about doing, but I think for now we'll just stick with those two on my agenda. So yeah, so let's hop to it today. I don't know why. I'm like really psyched up to do my videos most of the times. But like today, it's like, I don't know, just kind of piddle paddling around and not really feeling it. So we'll just see how it goes. Um, I want to get the one over with that's not going to be pleasurable, I don't think. And that's this one. So this is the Anthurium Silver Blush, which I've also heard it's Silver Splash. So I'm not really sure the difference, but this is my only leaf left. And the new one like melted within 2 or 3 days of my repot. Originally, when I mean melted, it literally like thinned out to nothing, where I finally just cut it off. I was hoping that, I mean, when I looked at that video and watched it last night, I really had hopes that the stem was beautiful. It was going to show me, it showed a whole bunch of growth. It showed positive things, but this is what we have now. Let me remove this thing here. Um, this is what we got now. And I don't know, I'll zoom in so you can see it, but that is what I'm dealing with. And I don't think I just need to know what my roots look like, because I'm afraid that that is rot. And if it is, then I'm just going to toss it. No reason to keep it around. Yesterday I watered, unfortunately, not knowing today I was going to do this, but until I rewatched that video last night, I was just like, I was like, well, it'll grow, it'll come back. And it may, but it's, guys, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, there's way too much moss in this stuff. Way too much moss. And while some moss is okay, but I mean, it was not only did I reused the soil that I had in another plant that had it mixed in, which is fine, but I added additional moss to it. And I was like, you should have seen me last night watching this. It would have been probably a classic thing to add into this, because I'm like, no, Sherry, don't add it, don't. And I did. And oh, God, I'm just like sick to my stomach. So we all make mistakes. Now, it might not be as bad as I think, but I just don't, I mean, I just don't think it's good. So I brought this made up, my dog's toy box out here, and I'm using it for my table. Let me see. It might be too high, but I need to refocus this down if I can. It might be too high, to be honest. I don't know. Let's just start pouring and see where we land. I'm not reusing this either, which is a shame, but I'm not going to do the same thing twice with all this moss in here. Yeah, I mean, and if there's not another growth point, it'd be useless to even save this plant, you know? I just don't know what I was thinking. And I just want to thank everybody who had comments last night. It was the most fun out of all my videos. I appreciate everyone who comments, but last night I had so many comments from other Planty creators and from my followers. It was just really nice to chat with everybody. Okay. Yeah, see, this isn't good. I don't think this is good, guys. Way too much. And one of the gals on the comments said, I think you need to, yep, there we go. I think you need to shrink that in the pot that it's in. And she was right. Oh, this stinks. We've got roots just falling off. And I've got gnats coming out. I see. Joy. Yeah, well, this was what I was afraid of. I killed this plant. I killed it. Now, could I bring it back? Probably. Do I want to? No, I really don't. I don't want to deal with this, guys. I just don't. I mean, everything here is just rot. Um, I don't even see a growth point. So let me do this just to ease. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to start chopping these bad roots so I can look at it. Yeah, I knew I was in trouble. Just knew it. Yeah, one of the ladies that commented, she's like, I think you might want a smaller pot. And at first I was like, oh, I think it'll be fine in that. You know, they had big roots and the stem was tall. And I know when they're tall, I want to put them in a bigger pot as anthurium. But yeah, she was right. Oh man, this is all we got, guys. And even that it's not great. I mean, I could put it in hydrogen peroxide, take care of that, but here's the thing. I didn't get into this plant business for saving plants. I mean, I got into it because I love them. I love the looks of them. I got into it because my mom had always had plants, and she always made it look so easy because she didn't have to do any of this, guys. Nothing. I spent most of my life watching my mom maintain a house full of 70 plants. I don't remember her ever potting them up from the nursery. I know she had to have because she had really nice pots. She made macrame hangers. I helped her make macrame hangers. And I just don't remember her ever going through any of this. And she's even said it to me. She said, I don't understand why plants are so hard today. They weren't in the 70s. And I just think that we've done it. I don't know, maybe we've done it to ourselves because we're trying too hard to bring these tropical plants in, or maybe we're trying too hard to bring in plants that just, I don't know. I mean, or is it the dirt? Is it the dirt? Is it how we do it? I don't know. But I, there are certain ones that if I love this plant, I would try. Like I really tried for my queen, my first one that I just love so much. And I even kept and there's a video on having to chop it. And I have spent the last 4 or 5 months just with a butt cut and moss. And the other day when I finally got it out to look to see what the leaves looked like, there was no roots. There was nothing left. Even in moss, it just didn't have the life to come back. And I finally threw it out. And yeah, this is what we got. So I wish I was wrong on this, but I mean, I see a possible, I know, is it possible? It's possible maybe that this could be one of the growth points, but that might be, I think this might be right here. Um, if you see it, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it has definite potential. This is one I think down here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to try to save it, guys. I just don't. I just don't have it in me. Sorry. But yeah, that's just not what I want to do. I don't want to keep trying to save plants. If they just don't make it, they don't make it. So, well, I'm glad I looked because you all said it. I had a couple of you guys that said it and you were spot on. So I don't know. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. I mean, I could put it in water for a while and see how it does. Oh, where'd my scissors go? I don't think that's what I want to do either, though. Well, let me wash it. I'm going to wash it and maybe I'll talk myself into it. Um, yeah. I want to dump this too, so I'll be back. All right. So, what I've decided to do is to give it a try. I haven't washed it yet, but I went and got myself one of my tall plastic containers. I got my hydrogen peroxide and I've got my Myco. So let's go ahead. Let me lower you down here. If I can. That's shenanigans. So here's what it is, right? So I still see some roots on here I need to get rid of. Um, Let me go ahead and get this here. Wish I would have thought of this earlier, but I think I even mentioned it before how grateful I am that I make these videos because I see what I've done and I can try to correct them if I make it in time. Okay, this looks still like I might be able to save this. This looks pretty healthy. Let me move this. I don't know how to do this. You guys see? No. Okay. I'm gonna come over here. And this microphone up if I can. And I just lost the microphone. All right. Yeah. So try to get as much of this off as I can. Oh, that's even rotted up here, guys. I mean, see these here? I think these are growth points, but I can't swear to it. These are all, see all these little ones, strings? That's bad roots. These are all rotted. All right. Yeah. I think I'm going to call it. I don't think I want to try saving this plant, guys. I just don't. I just don't. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry if I just disappointed everybody. All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I just feel like I had kind of like a mental breakdown there a second. This is probably, I mean, I actually just watched Wild Fern's video this morning and I saw it in her too. It's like you get to this point where this is just it. This is, like she said, it's like, um, this is all part of owning plants, right? You have to make a decision on what you're going to fight for, what you're not going to fight for. And I decided that I'm not fighting for that plant. Just not going to do it. Uh, I think my Monstera, um, the last couple of months with the Monstera has really taken a lot out of me, as well as just like I said earlier on, with just all of the watering and all of the care and the worry. I've been having a lot of worry about with winter. I mean, right now, this morning it was 63 in here, but now it's 71, which because the sun's out and it's warmer today, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, the humidity was 29% yesterday, and right now it's 35. So, and I've just been worrying about that too, and wanting to make sure that I give them as much water and as much moisture as I can without having to go and get a tent, which I don't want to do. I don't, like I've said before, I don't want to have to buy, you know, the humidity and all of that. I just want to see if I can do this on my own. So I'm going to lose some. It's just the name of the game. So now let's see if we can make this one happier. And I would love it if, so like this is a 5 inch, and then now this is a 7 inch. So it's 7 by 6. I don't know. I wrote that down when I measured it. Um, so I think that's it's 2 inches higher than this one, or 2 inches bigger. So it will give him more room. So I think that will be I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll be okay. Um, but something else, I don't want to spill this water all over. Yesterday, I took myself to lunch. I've been off on Fridays, making long weekends in December, in November and December. And so yesterday I took myself to lunch, and I was going to go to IKEA, but then I decided not to, because with my neuropathy, I can't walk very far. I've been having a lot of pain in my feet, and that place is huge. So I ended up going to Lowe's just to see if I could put my own makeshift reservoir together. And I think I did. So, and you probably see some behind me. My Queen has it. My Esmeralda has it. All of these back here have it. These have it on the sides. But I found myself this is an 8-inch deep saucer. Guys, cheap, 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 cheap. The 6-inch, which is what I bought this one. So this is a 6-inch. And I will be uppotting this one here soon too. I just don't want to do it today because she's still growing. But my Bessier is also in one, and this is a 6-inch. So the 6-inch was 98 cents. The 8-inch was $1.25, and the 10-inch was $1.98 or something like that. I don't remember, but you can't beat that price. And what I really like about this is I love these pots. I really like these pots. I don't want to have to buy any other special pots anymore. I like clear pots. I don't like my terracotta pots anymore because I can't see anything in them. I don't like naked root pots because they don't, I don't know. They're good pots, but because they don't have all the different sizes, but mainly, and also because they do not have a way, they do have clear now. So I take that back. They have clear, but you can't really see through this, right? And I highly doubt if you're going to be able to really see through the clear as well as you can in this one. Okay, I could be wrong, but I'm not willing to spend that money anymore on these pots. If they had a variety of sizes, I would maybe always use these, but they're too short. So take a look at that. So this is a 5-inch pot. This is a 7-inch. Let's look at this. Wait, this is a 5-inch pot. Of course, narrow at the bottom. And then you've got a 7-inch pot. Now it looks like that it's just slightly taller. This one's slightly taller. Not by too much, so that's not bad. But I still don't feel like it gets enough space. It's fine for a smaller plant, like my black velvet's still in this. My Bessier is still in this. The smaller plants, they love this. They love it. They do. They just love it. I mean, nothing bad to say about them. I just want to stick with these. And now I can just easily put that inside of this, and it's happy day, right? The only thing I do worry about is I do like having all of these vents, but it is what it is. Um, all right, so I got to think. Put this back here. So I want to keep as much as I can because this is still fresh mix. Um, this is good mix. This is the mix that I currently use. So what I'm going to do first is put the, I think I'm going to use perlite. Do I want to use, um, size electricals do I have here? I don't like using all my perlite for the bottom, although I much prefer. Now these are, ones do I want to use? I think I'm going to stick with perlite. Why change what's been working? Um, I'm use this big perlite at the bottom. I've been watching so many of you guys' videos lately, and it's inspiring to see how everyone records and just how they interact with everybody. Um, I think a lot of times I get down on myself because I don't feel like that, you know, I'm that good. But it is what it is. Um, hopefully, hopefully I don't scare everyone away with this one. I'm just going through a strange twist, I guess, mentally at this moment with my attitude. But I love my plants. I love them. I love them. And one thing too is um, I only want to buy anthurium from now on, at least when I start buying them again. Um, the others, I like the Hoya. I don't love the Hoya. I like the Monstera a lot. Um, I love my begonias. Adore my begonias. But I'm not going to buy any more alocasia, I don't think. I do love this one here. I think this one's really unique. But yeah, I just kind of want to sort myself out, you know, and so I'm not. Um, I'm actually. My husband asked me yesterday, Did you find any plants or anything, you know? And I'm like, you know, I didn't want plants. I did look at the plants when I was at Lowe's, but there was nothing there. What kind of settled on me was I don't want another mouth to feed. Um, and that's exactly what I thought of. And so I'm kind of proud of myself, you know. I mean, it's easy to ignore that in your mind and buy anyways. But I'm glad. I'm kind of glad that I'm at this point, just so I I can slow down and enjoy what I have and not feel overwhelmed with what I have. So, all right. So I don't want to do anything to hurt this plant, but what am I going to do here? Do I have stuff made? I do have some stuff made. It's not going to be enough. Um, so I've got in the bottom, I've got my perlite, my big perlite. Let me move you guys down if I can. Kind of. I can't get it. Heaven forbid if I. Okay. Should be good. Yeah, that might work. Uh, yeah. I forgot what I was saying, guys. Um, I've got some mix, but there's not enough perlite. There's not enough stuff in it. Might as well just pour the rest of this in. I don't think I'm going to use, I mean, you don't have to have bark. You don't have to have perlite even. You don't have to have multiple ingredients, just as long, in my opinion, just as long as I have enough stuff in it that makes it so there's enough room for the roots in the air. This thing turned on me, I feel like. Okay. I don't know. It's looking at my plant. Okay. Let's see if that works. But like, so I just added the rest of my little bark to this, which is great. But I don't know if I don't really feel like I have to have all those ingredients. As long as I have enough unevenness uh, for those roots. But I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, obviously, the more grit and the more stuff you add into your what I call my tree fern soil, the better off I think these plants are, especially Anthurium and Alocasia. Um, and I also have what? Oh, my perlite, my thinner perlite. I was considering trying to do pond, um, and it would seems like it would be really easy, but nothing is easy um, in life. Uh, Although it sounds easy, but I just don't. You know, I've seen enough people struggle with the same thing I do, even with pond. So I think I'm going to keep with what I'm used to. I should use a mask. And I would if I had a lot of mix to make today, but I just make a little ones at a time. So I answered one of my questions actually. I did a poll on one of my posts and most everyone wanted to either do just plant stuff, but the most votes was Q&A. So one lovely commenter, viewer, um, gave me two questions, and one I answered already. What inspired you to collect plants, or what made you get into collecting plants? And I didn't actually say why earlier, but I did bring up my mom. And mom and everything I said about what she did with her plants. Although I will say that's not why I started it. She introduced it to me, and then you know, when I was growing up, and then she, as we separated ways, and I went on my way with my husband and so forth, and she lives really close to me, and she bought these tables, and I used to own them. And if you go back to my earlier videos where I had cactuses, And my old lights on those tables, they were glass tables. And she bought those tables. And when I went over to her house one day and I saw her tables with all her plants on it, I was like, oh, that's nice, you know? And so that was like back in 2014, I would think. I don't know exactly. But so I went and bought those tables, and then I started buying plants. I didn't care. I mean, the other question was what kind of plants. I think it was. I don't have it with me, but I think that one of the other questions was what was your genus of choice or something. Well, back then I didn't have one. I just bought what was appealing to me, and anything pretty, anything, you know, pretty much at the supermarket was open for me. But I ended up getting out of it because I didn't know orchids could be regrown. I didn't know so much like I do now. And it was just, and gnats were terrible. The gnats were terrible. And I was like, I can't keep plants. I don't want these gnats. And what I didn't realize is when you bring plants home, you repot them in your own soil, in the right soil, so you don't get gnats. Now, obviously, you still get gnats because I still have them, but they're nothing with all these plants compared to the little few plants that I had back in 2015. And gnats are going to tell you, like I said in my video for the Monstera, when there's a problem. And again, we had a root rot in this blush plant, and I had lots of gnats that I was like, why are these gnats so worse right now? Well, now I know. So yeah, so that's kind of it. I got rid of all my plants long ago, and then I don't know what started me back up. I think I started getting back into, or what I started getting into is cactuses. Especially once I saw cactuses that actually bloomed. Okay, I've got to pay attention here. I didn't know cactus flowered. I can't just lift it up. And so when I saw that, I was like enthralled by it. You know, I was like, oh my gosh. I need some of these. So I ended up going on a spree. My first thing was cactuses. I got heavily involved with cactuses, not succulents, but just cactuses, for the first 8 months. And I think that was, I don't know what year that was. Was it COVID? No, it wasn't COVID. So I'm thinking it was 2022. Gosh, this is scary. Okay, this thing is hard as a rock, guys. I think it's just bursting in here. So 2022, I believe it was, and then I started buying lithops, and I was really into lithops. And they were my plant of choice. I feel a root. I feel a root somewhere. It's stuck. Oh, I see it right here. Okay, don't be unhappy. We're almost out. Oh gosh, guys, this root stuck. I can't rip it out. Hopefully I pushed it in enough. Hold on a second. I know you can't see anything here. Okay, there. There we go. Holy moly. Yeah. Check that out. I don't want to disturb him at all. I just want him to go right into his happy home. There we go. Yes. This will be perfect. See, guys, I'm not all bad. I'm not all bad. I feel bad about not saving that other one, but it is what it is. So yeah, I started getting really involved with the lithops. Loved lithops. I loved everything about lithops that you can imagine. And I really learned a lot. I mean, I watched hours and hours of video on lithops. Let's move this. Gotta clean some of this up. And I even have some really good videos. So if any of you guys, just because I'm not collecting them now, I made some really good videos on how to properly care for lithops. If you're interested, go back and check them out. I can link the one specifically that I'm thinking of because it was actual training. It was like a training video, or the best that I could. And see what you think. But I love the lithops, but I just fell out of love. Like again, like everything else, it changes. I fell out of love when I went and bought my first. I bought my first tropical plant, and that was December 23rd, I think, or no, it had to have been, it could have been, it's anywhere between December 23 and the 29th. My very first video that I made was on the philodendron White Knight and my philodendron, what's it called? Pink Princess. I didn't know what I was doing, but I still don't. Although I'm a much better videoer and I can edit my videos now. But yeah, they were my first ones, and I just fell in love with tropical plants, and it just flourished from there. So that's how it started, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I thank my little my viewer for watching and asking those questions. Hopefully she's watching this. I just can't seem to think today. What did I do with my, oh, there it is, my bowl. I was like, where's my soil? It's funny how I call it soil when we know it's not. But yeah, oh, this is going to be perfect. I think this is going to be perfect for him. I just hope that it's, I think it's a good size. I think this is 2 inches. It's 2 inches more than what he had. And that's really all they need. Alocasias do not need big pots, is what they say. I mean, as they grow, obviously, that changes, but definitely not as big as anthurium. I know it's really hard to see with his leaves, but sorry guys. So will I get another silver blush? Probably. Just not at the place where I bought that one. They're beautiful plants. They're absolutely beautiful plants. I just don't want one yet. If one of my favorite shops sold a anthurium silver blush again before spring, I may be enticed to buy one. Maybe. We got a gap in here. Okay. So I've got a gap. Guys, I can't see this. And the gap's coming from this big root that we've got going on in here. Somehow or another, I got to get this soil down in here. If you haven't invested in one of these needles, you're missing out. Things are the best in my book, especially for moth poles. I did one of those. I did a video on it a couple weeks ago, putting my philodendron SP Columbia on a moth pole. My mom, she's like, "That is genius!" Using a knitting needle, which made me feel good coming from mom, you know. So, anyways, that. Make sure I don't have any. That looks really good. I sure hope that he's happier here now and his sleeve can expand. But I think this is definitely a positive for this plant. My other little guy, not so much, but I won't be putting any moss on alocasias. They don't need it. At least that I don't think that they do. And this is another reason right here, what I'm doing, why I don't want to leave these clear pots. Even for a convenient pot like the semi-hydro pots. I like to see what's going on when I'm potting this stuff up. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing against them. I mean, everybody has their own cup of tea that they like, and should definitely do what you enjoy, for sure. But yeah, so I am done. So let's go water him. And we'll water him, and then I'm going to fill this up and put him in a spot, and we'll call it a day. It's been a day, all right. Boy, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm just, I don't know. Like I said, I burned out, tired. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. All right, I'll be back. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and water him. It's got a lot of sun in here, and so I closed the blinds. And this is why our house gets so hot. When we have inconsistent weather, our radiant heat pumps out all that hot air or hot water in the floor all night long. And then so our foundation's really hot. And then you have a hot day, a hotter day, and it gets cooking in here. Then you have to cool your house down, and then at night it starts all over again. It's madness. Turn that down some. I don't think you'll be able to see, but trying to pay close attention to getting all the sides wet. He's going to be much happier. I just think that his roots were so root bound that his leaf couldn't expand the way it wanted to. But I'm really hoping now he'll be able to get a jump start. I don't know. Maybe once they're out, but I'm hoping that he still is growing. I'm going to put a little fertilizer on. I forgot to put my grit on, guys. I'll do that when we go and put it down. I bought a new kind thinking I was going to do pon. So I think I might try that. Since I'm not going to do pon, I talked myself out of it. I don't want to, just don't want to right now. Oh, I know one more thing. Do I have any? No. All right. Not this time. I was going to spray his leaves down with my wellness spray, but I'm out. I need to order some more. So let's go ahead and take you in here. All right. So I can't see anything. So this isn't a good day. This isn't a good day, guys. So I shut the blinds because the sun was coming in. And when my hand was coming down, what do you think I did? I hit my Hoya trellis. And this is what we got. Yeah. There it is in all its glory. Yep. There she is. I mean, and if you come up there, there's the pot. There it is. So you see, let me switch you around. You see, guys, this is plant life in all its glory. Oh, jeez. Well, this just peeves me off. I'm just going to make more of a mess. All right. I got to get my mat. I got to clean this mess up, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. Well, so much for just the repot. I don't know if I'm keeping it, guys. It's pretty demolished. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to get a bag and put it in it. My day's just gotten worse. Unfortunately, you guys get to see it. Of course, I do have the choice of not uploading this video, and I may not. I don't know. Or you could see it in all its glory. Oh. All right. Wow, guys. What a unplanned plant chore event this has been. I still need to water my plants for today, too. So, about the Hoya. I've been thinking anyways of not keeping that one, so maybe that was a maybe maybe that was a divine experience. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So let's finish up what I said we would do today, and that is these two plants. And then I'm going to take my time and figure out what I'm going to do with Hoya, and I got a lot of cleaning to do. So let me bring you back here. Thank goodness we have this I swear. Thank goodness we have this big vacuum. I forget what they're called, but my husband got it, Shop Vac. It's a godsend for things like this, because our vacuum cleaner wouldn't have been able to handle that, which would have taken me a lot longer. All right, so let's try this again. So here's my beauty. And I want to add this bonsai grit mix. It's not, this is not the normal I use, bonsai jack. It's a lot cheaper, but it's got good products in it. So, and I'm not using it. Like I say, I originally bought it because I thought I'd try Pond, but as of right now, I don't want to. So this is what it looks like in here. Kind of hard to see. Let me face you guys down here. Hopefully there's no more accidents. Something else. What a day this has been. I even considered not videoing today, and I almost kind of wish I didn't. But this is what it is. This is pretty. I like this coloring. If you want to know what it is, I will link it. Oh, this is Bonsai Gritty Mix 5-pound bag, Bonioses. I can put it, I got it off Amazon. And I know it has zeolite, it has larva, or the lava rock. It had some really good rock in it. They don't have, they were out of the popular brand, Lechuza. I know you can't see this, I'm sorry. I don't have the strength to hold this plant up and do it, so I'm sorry, guys. And with it being wet, makes it heavier. And the reason I'm doing this, as you know, if you've watched me enough, I like having my bonsai jack grit mix on top of all my plants. It just looks nicer than, to me it looks nicer than the perlite. Since the perlite's usually at the top. Now, can I manage not knocking this over? Then we're on a good sign. Ugh. All right, so here it is. If you can see. So that's the different colors. They're really pretty. I like them. I need to sort this out. I don't remember how I typically had my plants. He usually took up the center. Make sure you can see here. I'll probably put water in the bottom of it in a day or two. We'll see. This is another one on my list that I may not keep. It can't keep more than 3 leaves at a time. It is starting to come out with another leaf, but I'll be honest, may not keep it. The other one on my list is this black velvet that doesn't ever do anything. This is the oldest leaf in my care. None of the originals are left. I've had this plant probably since March of this year. This is the last new leaf, and it's been working on whatever this is for the last 3 months. I think it's a flower, a wasted flower. I don't like those flowers, and but yeah, I don't know. You know, this goes back to what I said. I'm really going to keep plants that only make me happy. I'm not going to keep plants around that weigh on my energy. So it's not going to do it, guys. It's not going to do it. I think I put him in. All right. So that's all we got for today. If that's not enough, I don't know what to tell you. I'm exhausted. Oh my word. Oh, it was so hard. It was so hard today. Yeah, it was hard today. I hope that doesn't mean that I'm gonna give this up, but I guess if anything, it tells me I need to really slow down and weigh honestly on my next purchase. Which, like I told you earlier, I did yesterday. It really hit me. Like, I don't want another mouth to feed. And so, yeah, I'm sad about my Hoya. I really am. I'm going to go look at it, but like I said, it's not doing anything. I mean, I've had it a while. It's nice. It's pretty. But here's the thing, guys. I mean, some of these are really growing nice, but you're going to have to cut them and propagate them because I guess I bought one cutting, and not being a Hoya owner before, I didn't realize you're just buying a string. You're buying a string. That's it. I mean, case in point, this one. I bought this one, right? Same time the other. It only had 3 leaves, and it's grown all of these leaves, and it's still growing. It's great. But it's a string. I bought a string. I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was way more than I should have. I'm going to guess maybe $35 for a string. So I'm not interested in this. I'm not. I guess I'm just not. I thought I was, but I want a robust plant. I want a plant that means something to me instead of, I don't know. So yeah, that's where I am. So any hugs in the comments would be really good right now. So have a wonderful day, and I'm sorry that I wasn't as cheery and spot on, I guess, as normal, but it's the plant world we live in. Have a great rest of your weekend or wherever this finds you. And even if you didn't like it, make my day and do a thumbs up. That would be wonderful. Bye.